Sleepy. Never did.
That'll be.
Okay, is there like there's a chemical mixture to be keeping up in here besides the glycol?
Yeah, and there is, it's all in the manual, what you need to add here and what it should read. We can run over that with you here. Sure. And while we're here in this area here, there are separate packets. And you can it'll indicate on here, you know how these work. It'll indicate on here when you have to change.
Like now?
Yeah, like now. And this one here will be, you'll be changing it soon.
Yeah, we can do it. Two gallons per minute, we got it set up. We got
It's throttled down.
back up.
Imagine I was going to have a water balancer, so we don't have any control over that. And then, well, what else is in the back? There's those trainers in the back. They're a very rare change or clean out the filters.
Like not too often, I have to be worried about it.
It'll be in the operating and maintenance instructions how often, but it's a rare thing with all the flushing that went on. Then, well, I guess we just move along here. These are the, each system has its own circulators. And they actually work alternately. Right?
And the glycols are both always on. The glycol system, right?
And these are operated from the computer. However, this basically forward, there aren't any pilot lights. Well, there are pilot lights, but they're electronically ignited. And same with these boilers here. Thermometers will show you if there's any problems there. Basically, each system has thermometers on it, supply and return.
What temperature does that make it wear?
I told you you can smoke in here. There's a heating fan up there which cuts in automatically if the outside air is too cold. And the fan warms the air up so we don't freeze up the boiler room or the whole school.
Ask your question again there.
Okay. Perhaps we should get the menu for the water treatment and there's a very small amount of this fluid added.
Also, Clarence knows about this thermometer reading. This one that's supplied.
For the reading, when it's at the reading of the water or boiling water, and I said I don't know what I said.
Yeah, I know what
Okay. Good, how are you?
How you doing, Claire?
Get a book for this, Claire?
Yeah, so why don't I have Eric bring it out and let's get this
Should be one in your manual in there.
Oh, this one in the
Tom and I
manual.
looked. Is there?
Nothing?
Tom and I looked. You didn't find one. Because I mentioned it to you the other day. And you said I'll get one out. And also that thermometer there.
If I can reach him, it'll only take him 20 minutes to have that here. And we'll run through this water. Like, I wonder if these are
You know.
no,
See
but
the far
aren't
one?
they,
Clarence isn't working.
I thought these were set on a,
Yeah, I can,
Right back
there really isn't anything to do with
And I
this.
figured there's probably enough loss.
But you could look at some of the temperatures right at this panel, that's outside. Supply water temperature, refill water temperature. And the way you use this is the X key is for the analogs, the inputs, and it explains it up here. It says analog input, it's an X. So that's input number 1. Press it again, that's input number 2. And you'll notice the light came on, indicating that it is an X function that you're doing. Right. So you can just keep stepping through. 121.9 means there's no sensors hooked up to it. But you really don't have to do this because you've got your computer at that end. But I guess if that computer were to fail totally, you'd be able to come here and look at the temperatures. Yeah, because this is totally standalone. You know, if someone cut the trunk off or whatever, it doesn't matter. It does its
So
function.
if it fails out there, this
Yeah.
everything
Actually, it's the way
This
all of
is
this
what
works. Yeah. You can lose communications with that computer, it doesn't matter. These things will still do their job. The D key stands for digital input. That's a contact input. And if you press the D, you'll notice the little LED came up under the D, so you know what function you're in. And function 1 says off. Now that just means the contact's open. You know, like it might be a float or something like that. But it means if you see an on, you know the contact's closed. With this thing, that's the only 2 descriptors you can use, on and off. Back at the main computer, you can change that to anything you
This
want.
is just read out everything. There's nothing we can mess up and change here.
You could, if you use the key. There's a little key. Then-
Point.
Yeah, but I'll just tell you about it. I don't know. We'll see if it's in here. Jim, do you know where the...
Was turned in at the other office.
And then you can do overrides on your outputs and set points, but I wouldn't recommend that because what happens is if you do an override here, you've really taken over control away from the other computer, and you'll have a devil of a time trying to figure out what the heck is wrong. The way you'll know there is an override, if you see that AM light flashing or on steady, you know there's an override in the system, and it had to have been done with the keyboard. So you really...
I never seen that key up there.
Yeah, it was turned in. I know James turned it in.
Oh, we had it.
But should you
Any place.
decide to do that, the up arrow means on, down arrow's off. You know, say you put that, because you can look at your outputs here. That Y key stands for either pneumatic signal out or on off. You know, I can't even read this thing, but that's pump 1 control. And
Yep.
the relays are
There's
used
the
for
control for that. Yeah.
the fan start stop.
Oh,
This big relay is for the freestyle.
only 2.5 inches.
The reason these resistors are on here is to put a bit more of a load on the relays so that they don't shatter.
Oh, yeah.
So all our little relays have got their resistors on. That's again, you should not, like relays just don't fail, so I don't think you'd ever have to worry about that, but that's where the relays are. This other one is a little bit more important. This is where the transducers are, the electric to pneumatic transducers. So this very first one is for the dampers, and the other one's for the heating valve. So there's a set for each air handler. If you had a pneumatic gauge with a needle on it, you could plug it into that little port there and see what the air signal is going up to the device. And I don't know, it might not be a good idea, it might not be a bad idea to have one of those things on hand, like further on down the road.
Again, it would be just if your unit over there failed.
Well, or if
Take
you
a
said,
combination.
geez, I don't know why it's controlling this way or something, you know, maybe the valve isn't moving. Well, you may want to come and see what the air signal is. So, I just thought I'd point out that these things do exist. They shouldn't fail, but, you know, like anything in life.
Nor should my heater car.
Pardon me?
Nor should my heater car.
Yeah, right. And then down here, it's just another power supply. Okay. that,
And don't plug in there either.
yeah, but you say you want to take this board out or something, you would turn this topper off to do that, but you wouldn't want to do that. You know, I can show you control for the air handler. And again, that stuff, it being on tape, it shouldn't fail. You should not have a problem with that. And it's non-volatile. You know, you could turn the power off. Doesn't need batteries or anything. The program's all stored in there.
Is it more reliable than furnace stuff?
Well, furnace stuff is pretty reliable. It's just a bimetal, isn't it? I don't know.
No, I've done 4 boards in 2 years.
No, he's talking about the boards and
Just the
the
boards.
Oh, the boards. Oh.
Some of those are pretty trashy.
Yeah, they are.
These I haven't had any problems
The
with.
problem with the furnace is usually they're susceptible to vibration. You got
Mhm.
it sitting in there and it just beats the hell out of them.
But
I just went through the cooler.
inside, this is a filter, air filter for these transducers. If it turns red on you, and it's getting really red, then it's using it. Start to plug up. Actually, well, you know, in a year or something. I just want to take a look at this one here. Yeah, that's where they put it. Just sometimes.
You get a couple of good years out of it.
One of the last important things is if your air handler shuts down on a freeze condition and you reset the freeze stack, the only way you're going to be able to get it to go again is toggle the switch.
You said, yeah,
Reset.
I said he can quite often.
Is that right?
Well, for the simple reason because I've been playing with the fire alarm
Oh,
thing.
yes. Same. Yep.
Yeah,
Same
so
deal.
I've had to reset it
Yep.
quite often.
Okay. Well, as long as you know about that, that's important because otherwise you're dead.
Yeah. Then what?
This
I don't
thing looks
care
at the
about
outside
the-
air temperature.
Is that where they went to?
Where are all these sensors on the outside air temperature on? Is there one on each side?
What's that?
With the outside air
sensors.
Oh,
Is there
north
one
side
on
of the
each?
building.
All on the north side?
Everything's on the north side. Outside air
We
sensor.
were walking around the building one day looking for sensors, just to see.
Mhm.
Why are they sensing like the outside air temperature? The AS1, AS2, they're sensing different temperatures.
Probably just the length of the run. How much different?
Oh, maybe a degree on
Yeah.
some.
Probably just the length of the run,
Yeah.
or whichever one is on the sun side, like the warmer side. 1 degree is considered quite.
That's why Tom and I were wondering, if it was somewhat different.
No, they're all
north.
on that north side. Did you see the box from the parking lot? It's
Oh.
just a fitting on the north side sticking out. It's there. Yeah, that might be worth a point out as to where it is.
These things can be without power for 5 years. You know, they won't lose the program. It's a battery backup.
I'd like to point out after the 5th year, they're probably obsolete anyway, so.
Yeah.
Don't tell that.
No, that would mean 5 years continues to be off. It's like a wireless backup. These have a program storage controller in it. It's just a general input-output device, but its whole reason in life is to start up the emergency generator for doing load shedding only. Okay, and there's this thing with relays inside the generator panel, and it'll energize the relay early. And the relay is then wired across this retransfer switch.
Yeah.
It's the same thing as some guy turning the switch, and boom, the generator starts up and runs. And in talking to Tom, when we start this thing up for load shedding, even if the load drops down, you know, and it says, I don't need to load shed anymore, we will keep it running for 3 hours. He asked for that.
3 hours?
3 hours, yeah. It's a long time, is it not?
Well, he said in the summertime, you know, which is probably when load shedding is going to take place, he says, we don't want to be shutting the generator off and then watching the load come back up and then start it up again.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
If you're on a
that's,
borderline situation, like when it just comes on, it's,
Yeah.
they run 3 hours.
Watch your head.
that's what you were doing the other day when you
Yes.
talked. Yeah.
It locks itself in.
Yeah.
It fills it up until,
We
How does it know?
didn't wait, it was getting pretty damn high, but that's supposed to be a recirc line here anyway, and it would go back to the main line. to the main tank
That's
down
what
below.
this is.
If it works, but I said, I was in here and Tom come in and I said, I don't know if that damn thing's working. I said, that thing should be shut off. So we shut it off.
I think it'd be kind of nice to
Have a site plan.
to actually know what you got in
Yeah,
there.
But that's,
It's kind of hard going by this electronic stuff, isn't it?
it's almost scary.
you know, I said to Tom, I said, better shut that thing off. I said, why? I said, we get oil in here. So I tell you, we're gonna smell.
Yeah,
Forever. Pukey stuff.
So that switch is to turn the pump on?
Turns the pump on for the fuel oil, diesel.
From the storage tank downstairs to
Yeah.
up here. This is just called a day tank or something.
Right.
On the entrance.
But if this were to run low, we'd run out of fuel on
You
that.
give them alarm.
So
You get
yeah, we get the alarm in there
first,
first.
that's all you got.
The other thing we should point out is this transfer switch. There's a big relay in there that has our Metasys equipment on normal power. If you lose normal power, that relay will drop out and switch Metasys over to emergency power. Okay, so
Oh, yeah.
it can run on emergency power. But we were having problems when they were doing load shedding.
Right.
We were losing these things, you know, while the transfer took place. And so this is to fix that problem.
If you note also, the levers behind you pretty well always move, eh? So they're just adjusting to the temperature
Right.
in here. It goes into cooling and it goes into heating, it swings either direction.
They're quite busy, aren't they?
Yeah, those are busy levers.
Yeah, they're always, I come in here quite often, just to check around, and they're always in different positions.
Yep. And that's sensed off this thermostat right here.
Oh, yeah. Okay,
For your generator drive, for the damper drive on the generator. So basically, there's just a reverse.
Yeah, all right.
That's okay.
Basically, there's just a reversing relay in there, and an E to P. Oh, minimum position on dampers is all this little button does. So you switch it, you can minimum position.
that's it is, it just stays the way it is.
Yeah, basically everything there is.
Okay.
You shouldn't have to do any adjustment. Like the specs tell you what to set it at, so it's all set at that specification.
So if the specs are right, we're good.
Yeah, theoretically.
On your computer, it reported this unit offline, okay? But only this guy. Well, maybe this transformer crapped out, you know?
Yeah,
Maybe this controller failed too, you know, like, I'm just trying to give you some idea of troubleshooting, you know,
Yeah.
what could go wrong. That's about it.
transformer should be good for what, 10 years?
Hope so.
The odd one?
Yeah.
Thermostats have been
Check the Galloway. Yeah.
It's on the, I don't know where they're, oh, there's one up there. There's a camera motor up there.
Oh, yeah, right. Did he looking after it all, Lon, or they're all,
Well, they're all calibrated, but geez, you know, we're the mechanical type device, like we saw it happen where the linkage came off. Okay, the crank arm,
right, yeah.
watch out for stuff like that, you know, if it's not controlling, look at some of the basic things, you know, that might be wrong. And then you know where the valves are, you know,
Yeah,
these are big
you're right.
valves there.
I know where they are, I've been swearing at them.
Valves are designed to be cursed at. Even God will tell you that.
Oh, and then these are our sensors. If a sensor fails, like usually open, okay? If it happens, and you'll read something like 121 is the maximum. So if you saw that on your computer, you know, most likely the sensor has failed. It's more likely that that's happened than something has gone wrong in the engine.
Or you got a bad joint,
Yeah, bad.
or, you know,
And it should read maximum 121.
Yeah, and if it's shorted, it'll read minus 50.
Okay.
Very rare that you ever see it really short, but if they're in a place where they can vibrate or something, maybe in a couple of years or 3 years it might. But that's the kind of failure, you know, you could expect might happen.
humidifiers
That's right.
and your test, just the test procedures, basically, we should probably go through.
Yeah.
Oh, we will, yeah.
I'd say 1,000 parts per million,
Yeah.
that's why,
Yeah.